This Black Friday, I was of course intrigued like everybody else to buy new VST instruments, but I didn't. Instead, I came back to an old trick which I've been using for a while now, which is to use the free trial versions of a VST and record that to audio. Let me show you. So this year I found myself eyeing on the Korg M1 plugin. You know, it's this iconic 80s sound, which is not a must-have plugin by any means, but sometimes there's something about the sound which I like, and sometimes I like to use those. But before buying it, I thought maybe let's go back to the trial version one more time and see if I really like it. So I opened the trial version, I recorded 2 tracks for this song I was working on, and it just fit perfectly. I bounced it to audio to not lose it when the trial version shuts down, and it was just perfect. And I realized I don't need to buy the plugin. There's actually a lot of positive aspects to these creative restrictions that you get if you can only use an instrument for 20 minutes. So there's no room to overthink. You have to move fast, which is a good thing. So here are the 2 M1 tracks. I wrote down the patch names in the track name. So the first one is, I think that's the startup patch. And it's just this very airy pad, which fit the atmosphere of this track really well. And the second one is a classic M1 organ patch, which sounds like this. Kind of boring, and I added a lot of distortion to it, some EQ, and in context. So these are just 2 tracks in this song, and they have their small role in this case to add some high-end sparkle atmosphere. And there's no need for me to ever go back and change anything. They are just 2 audio tracks. So one way to think about it is that you are in your studio and someone comes by with a Korg M1, and you just record 2 tracks, 2 audio tracks, and that's exactly the same thing. So the next day the M1 is gone. It's not there anymore. I kind of like the idea. Let me show you a little bit in more detail how this works. So here are a few other examples of instruments you can use for this trick. So all the Korg stuff works, and Arturia is the same thing. They offer these trial versions which run for 15 minutes. So I'm a user of V Collection 9, I guess, and in 10 they added the Acid V, so the TB303 clone, and if I download that from Arturia Software Center, I'll have the demo, which runs for 20 minutes. And you can use anything in these 20 minutes. So there are basically 2 ways you can do this now. Number 1, you just record MIDI, put some automation on it, and flatten everything to audio within that 20-minute time frame. Or you can record it directly to audio. So in Ableton, that's of course pretty easy. I can use any audio track, and as an input I use the MIDI track, which has the Acid V on it in this case. And let's record something. So it's just the same thing if I had the hardware unit and record the hardware unit, and I can get rid of the plugin right away. So another plugin which works like this is Serum, and I never bought it because I think everyone uses it, and maybe that's reason enough to not use it. It offers the same 20 minutes option, and of course it comes with so many presets. You can also use like if you're a Splice user, you can also use Splice sounds. In this case, I recorded the MIDI and the automation, and I could also now quantize this if I want to, and just freeze this to audio. This is probably not the coolest track I've ever made, but okay. Okay, so this little trick proves that you don't always need to spend money on the latest plugin. You don't need them all, but if you want to have a taste of them all, you can maybe use it like this. In two ways, this can be great for either a beginner who cannot afford to buy all the stuff. You can use this trick, or for anybody, just this creative restriction that I've talked about. This can really spark your creativity. So you can think about it like this: if someone gives you an instrument, like in this case it's just a virtual instrument, you can use it for 20 minutes. You can do whatever you want to with it. This can really spark your creativity. No time for overthinking. Just do something, commit to it, freeze it, bounce it to audio. And yeah, I really like this approach. Let me know if you have tried this before, if there are any other free trial versions that work like this. Let me know in the comments. And if you have enjoyed this video, if you found this trick helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. That would mean a lot. See you next time. Bye.